A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has rejected Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s attempts to remove his name from the presidential ballots in two crucial battleground states, Wisconsin and Michigan. The court's decision, delivered on Tuesday, comes after Kennedy, who suspended his independent campaign in August, endorsed former President Donald J. Trump. This unexpected turn of events has left many political analysts questioning the implications for both Kennedy and Trump's electoral strategies as the November elections approach. Kennedy's legal team argued that keeping his name on the ballot infringed upon his First Amendment rights, claiming it misrepresented his current political stance and undermined his endorsement of Trump. Despite these claims, the court's decisions were unsigned and provided no detailed explanations, which is customary for such emergency petitions. Notably, Justice Neil M. Gorsuch dissented in the Michigan case, highlighting a division within the court regarding the treatment of independent candidates versus major party candidates. The implications of the court's ruling are profound, especially given that early voting is already underway in both states. Kennedy's lawyers contended that his continued presence on the ballot could confuse voters and dilute his message of support for Trump. They emphasized that major party candidates in Wisconsin had been afforded additional time to adjust their candidacies, a privilege they argued should extend to independent candidates as well. In a previous ruling, the Supreme Court had also denied Kennedy's request to appear on New York's presidential ballot, further complicating his position as a candidate. This series of legal setbacks raises questions about Kennedy's strategy and the potential impact on Trump's campaign, as Kennedy's name remains a fixture on ballots despite his withdrawal from the race. Kennedy's legal arguments centered on the assertion that his First Amendment rights were being violated by the state's decisions to keep him on the ballot. His lawyers claimed that voters could misinterpret his candidacy as a sign of his willingness to serve if elected, contradicting his current support for Trump. In their filings, they argued that the state's actions forced Kennedy into a position of compelled speech, which they deemed unconstitutional. However, state officials in both Wisconsin and Michigan countered that removing Kennedy's name from the ballot would create logistical nightmares, requiring election officials to apply millions of stickers to ballots just days before the election. They argued that such a last-minute change would not only be impractical but also potentially disenfranchise voters who had already cast their ballots. The legal battles surrounding Kennedy's candidacy illustrate the complexities of election laws, particularly regarding independent candidates. Wisconsin law stipulates that candidates who file nomination papers cannot withdraw their names from the ballot unless they pass away, a stipulation that has been a point of contention in Kennedy's case. His legal team has maintained that the law is unjust and fails to account for the unique position of independent candidates. As the election date draws closer, the political landscape continues to shift, with Kennedy's endorsement of Trump potentially influencing undecided voters. Political experts suggest that Kennedy's presence on the ballot could serve as a double-edged sword for Trump, possibly attracting some voters while alienating others who may view Kennedy's independent status as a liability. The Supreme Court's refusal to intervene in Kennedy's case raises important questions about the treatment of independent candidates in the electoral process. As the legal and political ramifications of this decision unfold, both Kennedy and Trump will need to navigate a complex landscape as they head into the final weeks of the campaign season. With early voting already in progress, the stakes could not be higher for both candidates as they seek to secure their respective positions in the upcoming election. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.